What is up, Creative Gang? Welcome back to episode number 41. Yes, that's right, 41. First things first. There's keys. Cheers. Cheers, man.
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
And we're back, dude.
Oh, man. Long weekend in Scottsdale, Arizona, man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
So for those that don't know, this is why you should follow our personal accounts. These stories were not going to be on In the Frame podcast. It's not camera related, sort of. But yeah, we were in Scottsdale, Arizona to celebrate Pete's last weekend with the boys because we're never going to see him after this weekend, actually. So
my bachelor party, that shit was pretty dope. Thanks for coming.
yeah, of course, man. It was a pretty wild group.
Yeah.
A group of 11 people. Every time I tell people, how many people were with you guys? I'm like 11. And they're like, what the hell? It's a lot of people, man.
That's a lot of COVID over there.
Yeah.
It was cool though, but
Arizona is open. It's so weird.
yeah, it was. As soon as we got to downtown, I was like, "What the hell? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah,
here?
it's just being at the clubs, man. I know this is not a fuckboy podcast, but fuck it, we're here. Just being at the clubs, man. It was just felt so weird being in a room
I think it'd
with
be like
so
memories.
many people and no mask. Like
Yeah.
you're the weird guy if you have a mask on.
Yeah.
It was just so strange, man.
And I was telling you, like, it was our first time being out, and like I was
Yeah.
like, how do we even act right now?
Yes.
I was like, what the hell? Like,
Well,
what's going on?
we've had girlfriends for the last freaking decade at this point, but yeah, it feels weird going out and how do you act? Because
Yeah.
remember you asked me like, yo, I don't even know how to act anymore.
It was insane. But one thing I did notice is we're both freaking old now. Like, we're
No.
supposed to go out like twice.
Everyone realized how washed they were.
Yeah,
Like even the people that always say like, oh, I'm about it. They're like all our age, like in their late 20s, early 30s. I'm 31. Pete's 30 years old, but everyone in the group, they finally realized how washed they really are.
yeah.
They're not even the single guys. Like they're like, yo, I'm tired. Like
I think I had a lot of fun just hanging out at the pool and barbecuing. Like
Yeah.
that was cool enough with me,
no, the chicken you made slap.
right? You guys are like, do it right, Pete. Do it right. I'm like, oh, like never mind, Pete. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, that show was funny though. But yeah, it was a good time, man. It was a good
Yeah.
time. Did you get a great time?
Yeah, I had a good time. I appreciate everybody that went to the bachelor or in our close circle. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I'm just glad now that it's over. Like, I was like, at one point, you know, when you go on a vacation, like you want a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah.
You're like,
No.
dude, I want to stop.
I
drinking.
knew when you meant like, because at one point I was like, I'm ready to go home and like get back to this fucking grind. And I've been grinding since I got back home, bro.
Yeah.
Like I have like 3 shoots. After this podcast, I have a shoot tomorrow, the next day, and the following day.
Oh yeah.
2 music videos. Tomorrow I'm producing a podcast. And yeah, man, and then the last 2 days, literally been just editing nonstop. I've been in a rock. So it's pretty cool to like, I'm finally gonna go outside and be out in the field, and I'm gonna visit my homie Adrian. For those that don't know, he was our first guest. I'm gonna go visit Futures Past and produce the podcast there. So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Finally
So,
get out.
I've actually had to turn down a lot of people. I'm only taking 3 to 2 shoots during right now till my wedding. So hopefully, you know how it goes, turning down people. Sometimes they're like, oh man, like he turned me down. Like, dude, he doesn't have an opening for another month and a half. Like, nah, I'm out. But it is what it is.
It creates that exclusivity though. Like they're
Yeah.
like, oh man, I gotta work with this guy. Maybe he's just lit.
Yeah. And I got 2 shoots from here to like get married, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, shit. Yeah, 529. It's coming up pretty soon,
Yeah,
man.
529, bro. It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. So well, shit. Let's fucking get into it, I guess.
It's good gear talk.
Yeah, gear talk, man.
Shit, let's get it, bro.
So over the weekend while we were gone, for those that don't know, fucking DJI dropped another
A
bomb
lot of
again.
gear, bro. A lot of gear.
Dude, DJI, I swear to God, they drop something every 6 weeks, it feels like.
Yeah. The freaking DJI Air 2S
Air 2S drone.
at a very affordable price.
I was shocked
$1,000.
when you told me the price, man. I did not believe you. $1,000 for something like that. So we were doing our research for it. Shouts to Full-Time Filmmaker and other freaking YouTubers. It's very impressive, man. 1-inch sensor. That's pretty impressive for the only one that has a 1-inch sensor outside of of course, like the Inspires,
Yeah.
is the DJI Mavic 2 Pro, I believe, the Hasselblad.
The other thing that surprised me was the 8 gig internal, which is pretty freaking weird. I didn't know I'm not a junk guy, so I didn't even know about
I
that.
think mine does 2, but it's like not 8 gigs though. That's for sure. I could be wrong though, because I know it records on your phone on the app itself, but it's like low res. In case you were to lose the footage or something like that.
So let me ask you this: so what's your flight time?
Well, I have the OG Mavic Pro first generation, which dropped like I feel like it dropped like 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I know it's pretty old now.
So what is your battery life?
Oh, battery life. If give or take 20 to 22 minutes, and that's pushing it.
Oh yeah. Well, this one is 31 minutes.
That's insane.
Let's see what else.
I know it does. I want to say it does 10-bit.
10-bit?
It records in 10-bit if you shoot in D-Log or HLG.
There's a lot of specs here, but it's a 2.4 gig operating frequency, 5.8. Oh, so I was going to tell you, it flies like 43 miles. Is that a faster?
40 for sport mode. Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's cool, man. Based on the reviews that I've been watching, it's pretty impressive, especially for the price. Like I did want to upgrade my drone to get a 2 Pro, but from what I'm watching, the 2 Pro came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know how fast technology grows.
Yeah.
DJI, man, like they're really innovative. They're kind of like, they remind me of like Sony, how Sony is with their cameras.
Just
like
pushing.
They keep pushing them, they keep pushing the thread, man. And so DJI, man, they're definitely killing the drone. I know GoPro tried to get into the drone world, but they totally collapsed and did not work out.
It's pretty impressive. 20 megapixels.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. It shoots 5.3K video resolution, I believe, at 30 frames per second, which is fire.
Yeah, 25, 30.
And shoots 4K at 60 frames per second and at standard HD 1080 at 240, I want to say, or 120.
Damn, that's insane, dude. So,
and all that for $1,000. Like, again, I know, guys, you guys probably think we're freaking douchebags because we say it's cheap.
Balling.
It's fucking cheap. Like, it's really cheap. $1,000 is very cheap for a drone like that. For those specs.
Yeah, compared to the DJI Mavic 2 Pro, right now it's $1,600. That's insane.
The 2 Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's 2 years old too. So it's like I don't know, man. I do need an upgrade because I do like taking a lot of stills with my drone, and the 12 megapixels just breaks the image so quick, man. So I got to be very careful with my editing. And sometimes if I want to push the boundaries, bro, I just let it break and I just fucking post it. So go to Instagram anyways, you know. So, but I do want to do more prints. I mean, for myself, and 20 megapixels would definitely help me out compared to 12 megapixels.
Yeah, it would make you make bigger prints.
Yeah.
Let's go into the next topic. Well, is there any other stuff about the drone you want to?
Man, I mean, I'm in a kind of a weird pickle because I was thinking about getting the new FPV drone that dropped literally like 3 weeks ago.
I was just gonna pivot to that. The one with Sam Colder.
Yeah.
Finally came out of his cave.
I mean, no, he did back-to-back drone ads.
Oh,
I don't know if you noticed it. He did the FPV and he did the 2S, whatever the freaking name is.
Oh, I think I muted him. I don't know.
No, he actually did the whole production for the main lead video for DJI posted it, and it was Sam Cool and his girlfriend.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a cool video, man. It was really cool.
$1,300 for the DJI FPV.
Oh, the FPV, yes. Combo. It's fuck. No, I don't know what I want now because like I do want that 20 megapixel resolution for photos, and 5.3K would be pretty cool to have. But at the same time, the FPV, the things you could do with FPV is pretty insane. But I told you this in the past, and I've told other creators, like I don't think I like the stock camera that it has. But I did see a video that Matty Hapoya posted, and he attached Hero 9 onto it, which I'm like, dude, if I could do that, like I'm good because I have a Hero 9. I rarely use it.
Yeah.
And it's something that would work perfect for the FPV drone because it just has a better camera, better stabilization, all around just better camera compared to the stock FPV drone from DJI.
Yeah, I think my suggestion would be I would like you to get this one. You could I feel like you want to experiment more on angles and stuff. Yeah. And you would benefit from that. So
yeah. And like again, guys, like one of the reasons why I haven't upgraded, I mean I could have upgraded years ago if I wanted to, but the reason I don't because again, my drone is the only drone right now in the market that could flip to portrait mode.
Yeah.
And a lot of the client works that I do want vertical style videos for reels or vertical content in general. And so like I'd rather flip the camera instead of cropping it from standard 16:9 to 4:5 or 9:16, where you're just losing resolution as you freaking crop it in, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that I could just flip the camera is so clutch. Like a lot of my drone buddies that I have, they're like, dude, I wish my camera could do that, but it can't.
Damn.
So I wish DJI would bring that feature back to like the more modern cameras, but who knows?
Yeah, there's just DJI is just filling our brains with new products like every month now, huh?
Yeah, and then I saw a new I think a new gimbal came out from Zhiyun. I could be
Really?
wrong, but Adrian sent it to me, and he's like, I'm thinking about getting this for his Red camera, and he could also attach his like R5 camera, Canon R5.
Jeez.
And speaking of Canon, actually, Canon just they posted something about a new camera coming out. I don't know if you do a
Really?
little quick research.
Canon.
I know Creative Ryan, he posted something on his story, and it was like a Canon. He posted Canon's photo on Instagram, and it's like, dude, what the hell? But it hasn't come out yet. These are just like they just released kind of like a little sneak peek kind of thing, but nothing officially has come out yet.
I don't see anything that pops up right away.
No.
No, I don't.
Yeah. So that's that, man. But it's been
Speaking of Canon, or speaking of cameras now, the Sony G Master 14 mil. That's the 1.8 ultra wide, supposed to be the new king of astrophotography. As a photographer, I've seen like the sample pictures. It looks pretty dope. I mean,
Yeah.
It looks clean. It doesn't look distorted.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like if you take a picture of someone, they look super tall.
Yeah.
It looks pretty clean.
Something I've been noticing while doing our research, like I guess a lot of the wider lenses can't go low aperture. They
Yeah.
like the most it usually goes like 2.4 or something like that.
What do you
And
mean?
so like
Do you mean the f
or
stop?
2.8, yeah, 2.8 aperture.
Oh,
yeah.
the aperture? Okay.
Yeah. And so like now that the G Master is like 1.4, it's kind of like I guess it's
1.8.
like
It's a 1.8.
1.8 is like groundbreaking, I guess.
Yeah, for like those. But what was the freaking Rokinon I sold you was f2, huh?
12 millimeter
12
f2, but it wasn't a full frame though.
Yeah.
I'm
that
talking
was
about full frame. Like it's hard to get a full frame wide lens that has a low aperture.
This one is at 1.8 maximum, or the f16 is what it goes. Which was funny when you were using because we took this one to the bachelor party, and you're like, "What the hell? It only goes to what was it, f16?"
Oh yes. So I'm used to all my lenses going to f22 because we didn't have an ND filter for this lens right here. So I kept, instead of over cranking the shutter speed to compensate for the light, I would just close up the aperture.
Yeah.
But it was at 1.6, even at oh my god, aperture at 16.
Yeah.
Dude, I was still overexposed because we're shooting in broad daylight. I'm like, bro, what the hell? What's wrong with it? Like, how come it doesn't go to 22? Like, oh, it just only goes 16. I'm like, I didn't know they could do that.
14 elements, which is a lot. I think my lens only has 9 elements.
What does that mean?
It just means it's sharp. It's not sharper,
Sharpness?
but it controls the chromatic aberration, the fringing. When you take a backlighting
Sure.
portrait of somebody, you get that purple thing around.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a little heavier than the by 100 grams than the 24 G Master, which I've used the 24 G Master. Remember when I went to that shoot in studio, and I was like, damn, this thing's small and looks kind of
Right.
ugly,
Right.
but it performed really well.
One thing I will say, going back to your 24 Sigma, one thing I did notice is the autofocus isn't as responsive as my Tamrons or the
Really?
Sony natives, of course.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's one thing I kept noticing. Maybe because I was at 1.4 and the shallower the depth gets, the harder it is to nail focus because it's kind of searching for that. It just less focus
that is
points,
true.
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was just playing with the 1.4 because I'm used to 1.8 if
Yeah.
anything, or 2.8 with my zoom lenses. So
Just trying to capture that creamy bokeh.
exactly. So it wasn't like it was hard to capture like your entire face. It would kind of like hunt around.
Yeah.
So it's something I did notice it. I was like, I wonder if it's because I'm at such a shallow depth of field.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna try it out tomorrow. Like I said, I have a shoot tomorrow, and I want to use your 24 to see if it's responsive or not. But back to the G Master, which we're never gonna get anytime soon, at least.
So I saw the freaking price. I had it right here, but we've been jumping around back and forth. So guess how much it costs?
Okay, so I'm guessing. I remember you told me the 24 was about
What the heck is on
the 24 G Master was about $2,000. I would guess. I don't know. I'm going 1,800, Bob.
1,800?
Yeah.
You were close. 1,600.
No, not too bad.
1,600, which it is fucking. How much is it? I can't even think right now. 1,394. So yeah, $200 more than the 24 G Master.
That's great math, guy.
Yeah. So it's like only $200, bro.
Yeah.
Step it up, Pete.
I mean, $1,600.
That's a lot of
That's
money.
cool. 14 millimeter, man. It's a little too wide for me.
You think so? I thought it was gonna be too wide, but it looks
I'm
clean.
always thinking video, man. I'm always thinking
Well,
video.
I saw video. It looked pretty clean.
I mean, from what I saw, I mean, according to Matt Johnson, he just fucking posted a epic time lapse sequence.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care about time lapses. I never use time lapse, and if I do use a time lapse, I'm gonna use story blocks. No free ads. Well, fuck it, we're here. But 14 mil, man. I mean, I guess the only thing I could think of for that wide focal length, going down the aisle in a wedding,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
sure.
at a church or something like that, and you capture the entire width of the whole frame. So even then, man, I mean, my 17 is pretty wide for me, and I think it's good enough for me. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell because I've never tried it. So, but if I tried it, maybe I have a different opinion.
Yeah. The only way I can see using this is if I did more landscape portraits.
Oh,
So
I mean,
out in the wild.
3 years ago, that'd be perfect lens for you.
No, I mean like yeah, but I'm saying like landscape portraits with like, oh, I want this in the background. Like I want this thing. Blah blah blah. I can see that, but my 24 does it a good job already.
Have you done landscape shooting recently as of late? I mean,
If you go to my personal page, I have like,
I don't remember the
here
last
and
time you
there.
posted on that.
Yeah, I just not, here and there I will.
Yeah.
Not as much as I.
Do you ever go shooting for fun anymore?
Yeah, but I just don't post them, and I'm just too.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't have time because of this freaking Potter. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the past 2 episodes we've done like 2-hour episodes, and it's just taking a lot of time.
It takes a lot of energy
And
too.
you guys are stealing a lot of time. I'm just kidding. But I love. I have a lot of in the arsenal that I don't edit, and I don't.
They're just sitting in a hard drive collecting
just-
digital dust.
They're just sitting in my Lightroom catalog,
Nice.
making me slow down on client work. But
Yeah, I actually just got a 5 terabyte. I wish it was a SSD, just a external drive, a
Yeah.
Lacy. I needed more space for archives, man, because my 2 terabyte filled up pretty quick. And I mean, shooting 4K, man, just takes a lot of storage. That's why I'm like hesitant of getting the A7S III. First of all, your computer takes a heavy toll. I need to figure out exactly what I need for my computer to handle all that information.
really,
Yeah, because the storage is like insane. And then another thing that like kind of scares me of getting it, it's like the CF Express cards, man. They're so freaking expensive, man. If you look it up real quick, man, CF Express Type A.
CF Express.
Yeah, they're so expensive. I know I could use for those that are gonna freaking want to kill me that, oh, you could use your regular SD cards. Yeah, but
$400, bro.
for how much storage?
160.
160 gigs?
Yeah, and then the Tough G is $550.
The what?
The Tough G.
What's Tough G?
Sony Tough G series, 512 gigabyte G CF Express memory card, $500.
So half a
No,
terabyte.
Yeah, have a terabyte for fucking originally $649.
Yeah, it's expensive, man. And then a lot of third party, I'm sure at this point now, like third parties are trying to make their own CF Express because, you know, kind of like how SanDisk is right now.
Yeah.
But when the A7S III first dropped, they were the only ones that had the CF Express A cards
Yeah,
that fits the A7S III. But now I'm sure it's been a few months since that dropped, so I'm sure there's third parties out there. But like, yeah, like I said, $400 for a memory card when I could spend $30 for 120 gigabytes on my cards.
I forgot about what I read about that. That how like by law they have to like give some of their like technology or something so other companies can have like.
So it's not a monopoly.
Yeah, so it's not a monopoly. But I don't know if it was Matt Johnson or somebody's like, oh, until blah 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 lost pass, like you'll see third parties come with cheaper ones. But
I've
till
never
now,
heard of. I didn't know that, but it kind of makes sense. So I mean, it's kind of fair play,
yeah.
but at the same time, it's kind of weird though.
So I was gonna ask you, what about you? Have you been shooting for yourself or?
Shooting for myself. I mean, I guess the travel stuff that I've been doing.
You're
But honestly, like I haven't edited something that I'm really, really proud of. Like I've literally just been editing like bullshit little videos that you'll see. You could tell when I don't really try,
yeah,
but people still go crazy over it. It's kind of funny, but like you could tell like it's something I just want to create. I'm like, I want to make something. I want to post something tomorrow, so I'll literally make it that same morning. And like when you see me drop it, I literally made it like an hour or two prior to go, like because I just like. I don't know, man. It's just weird, man.
You feel like your editing or your style is changing?
Probably, man. I'm like just so geared to client work, and then don't get me wrong, I'm loving every minute of it, man. I just love that I'm doing this for a living.
Yeah.
And right now, like the workload is so freaking crazy, man. Like I'm like looking to hire another editor that's like a lot more efficient right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's just a lot of work right now going on. Like I literally did an editing session today. I started when Kristen left to work like at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, check my phone. I'm like, holy shit, it's already 2 o'clock. Like I get a message from like my mom or something. It's like 2 o'clock already. I'm like, dude, time flies so fast when you're just like in the zone. I mean, sure, I'm sure you know. And something that you think it's so simple, it just takes so much time, man. And then I'm doing a lot of Zoom calls, man. It's so cool, man. That just like technology is so amazing, bro. Like I could literally edit something, maybe change a shirt, do my hair a little bit, get on this Zoom call for an onboarding call meeting, and like it's so good. Like you're not wasting so much time. I was talking to the person on the Zoom today. I was like, it's so cool that we could do this because like I don't have to like go shower, go drive somewhere, go to a coffee shop, spend 2 hours with that person, and then come back, and then I just burn like 3 hours of there where I could just be so efficient where I'm editing, maybe change a shirt, do my hair a little bit, get the call, and then you do spend like 30, 45 minutes, and then you go back to editing, and you're not spending so much time. I don't know, man. Technology is so cool. Like, guys, you guys need to freaking take advantage of this gold moment that we're living in, man.
Yeah, because sooner or later it's gonna be gone, and then you're like, damn, remember we used to do that?
Yeah,
Zoom meetings.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool, bro. That technology is definitely advancing. We gotta take advantage of that.
Hell yeah, man.
One thing I wanted to ask you is, I just saw one of our homies post about how some mentor takes a vacation every day because he was talking about burnout
every day.
They were talking about burnout, and he was saying, I was like, I never had burnouts. Like, why the hell would you have burnouts? And then he was like, the interviewer was like, what do you mean you don't have burnouts? How do you do it? And he was like, I have a vacation every single day. Like he'll say, like, for an example, on a Sunday for 3 hours, 4 hours, he'll go rent a really old car, like a classic. He'll rent it out for 4 hours, drive with his wife, cruise PCH, and then go back home. He's like, I needed that. Like, I'm good. Let's start grinding again. And I was like, dude, like, that's kind of like something I'm doing, which I'm like, the guy said too, he blocked out like I don't know, from 5:30 to 7.
Sure.
You put your phone away. You just hang out. For me, what's been lately is washing the dishes and just helping my girl with the wedding. And
don't cap, bro.
And I swear to God, fool,
maybe washing the dishes will help in the wedding.
No, I'm serious. Like, I'll wash the dishes. Like, I'll wash the dishes. I'll prep my food. I'll make a protein. I've been because I've been boxing a lot more now.
I see you super active, man. You're looking good out there.
Thanks, man. And I'm getting back in the groove of things. And those 2 hours, man, like, just, I usually go at 7 p.m. and then I get home and I can't stop doing stuff till like 9:30 because I have so much energy. And those from after boxing and all that, I'll wash the dishes. I'll do little things here and there, and then right after I'm done, like, I'll go edit a Potter or something. And then I have that energy and I don't feel burnt out because I'm just like, that's my little mini vacation. So I'm like, damn, like, this is why lately I haven't been feeling burnt out. And I'm like, I've been thinking to myself, I'm like, why the fuck do I go to boxing and then all of a sudden I do this and that and I still have energy? Like, what's going on?
Right, because I'm assuming boxing is pretty draining.
Yeah, dude, for an hour and a half, like nonstop, dude. Like punching. Like,
yeah.
I wanted to do a Snapchat.
Oh yeah,
dude. Like, shit,
that's so gross.
That's pretty dope, bro. Like, that's just hard work, baby.
Are you? Yeah, I can tell you're liking boxing a lot, man. Because I mean,
I'm telling you,
we used to work out together, and you hated lifting. Like, you're like 10 minutes in, like, you ready to go? I'm like, bro, I just started. Like,
I hated lifting because I wasn't seeing results quick. Because I'm already big, so like my muscles catching up to my fat.
Sure.
And I'm not seeing results. But with boxing, I'm losing so much.
Because you're shedding all that freaking weight, man. Because it's literally just cardio.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck.
I do want to do it, man, but fuck, that price is like, I just can't.
Bro, I've already told you, what our girls pay, screw that. And you get a free class. So if you're
no, I do want to, because I mean, everyone's like talking about boxing right now, and like, I'm slowly getting into boxing. You're getting me into boxing too. I got fucking the Dazzin app and shit, and it's like, dude. Speaking of the fight, did you watch that Jake Paul fight?
We watched it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember I was watching a Facebook Live.
We all thought it was rigged.
People think it's rigged.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Do you think it's rigged?
Yeah, because the way he got
we went
stopped,
so off topic. But fuck it, we're here.
Yeah, fuck it. He was following Jake, so he was like keeping his guard up. Boxing #1 rule: always keep your guard up, no matter what. So the referee was like, "Yo, like yo," and like he's like paying attention, but he's moving to the side because Jake Paul's moving to the side, and he's like, "No, that's it." I'm like, "What the hell?"
Do you really think he's that nice? I mean, since I'll call you a little boxer analysis here because you know more shit about boxing.
I think he's nice?
Do you think he's that nice with his hands?
I think he's
because he's been training for a few years, from what I understand.
I think he knows the basics. He's I wouldn't call him avid. I know I'll call him an amateur because he's not fast.
Well, is he technically a pro now?
That term now, dude, is so
It's so loosely, yeah.
Like how are you just not gonna do amateur fights and then go straight into pro?
Clout.
That's like me saying like I'm gonna buy my way to being a pro.
He's got a name, and that's all it takes sometimes, man.
Yeah, and the I don't know, man. It's just
because the dude that he fought, man, looked like a freaking dad.
Yeah, dude. His
like
body
he
was so
legit,
horrible.
like his body looked like
It was
bro. Like how are you a fighter?
Yeah,
And I wasn't sure if he was trying or not because I mean he did say that was his biggest bag, so I was like, dude, you're just making it so obvious that it was like so fucking rigged.
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. My little vacation is having a time where it kind of like rejuvenates you, and you can find it. Just block out like maybe an hour and a half.
I never thought about it like that. So now that you're actually talking about this for the first time, I do have a little mini vacation. It's literally my one wheel. And I've told Kristen this in the past, like literally I'll stop editing. Like I'll take like a little mini lunch break, even though I don't eat lunch. And I'll just grab my one wheel and just ride around the beach for about 30, 45 minutes, maybe grab a coffee, hang out outside, get some freaking sun. And I'll just sit, man, like right at the end of the strand, like right when you go down towards the strand.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there and just like look at the pier and just kind of like just like freaking reflect on my thoughts and like reflect what's going on right now in my life. And it's like, dude, it's definitely relieving. And then I come back rejuvenated as hell, and I crank out another 3 to 4 hours.
And it brings up a good point I just thought about right now is maybe your day is going to it's going one way, and then that little vacation you take pivots you to like, what the fuck, like, nah, let's do this instead, and then catapults your productivity.
Not just that, but like no one really talks about this, and I wish more creators that have more clout would, is it's you need to look at project with fresh eyes, man. Like you just can't sit. It's different with video, with pictures compared to video, I think, because in video you can spend like 3 to 4 hours on a video, and you're thinking like eventually once you're like losing your energy, you're just naturally be like, all right, I just want to get this shit over with. I want to get this shit done, and so you want to export as fast as possible, turn it in, and you're good. But if you if you sleep through it, and or like for example do like a little mini vacation where you take off for an hour or two, come back to the computer with fresh eyes, you'll catch your mistakes that you didn't even catch during your first session because you just want to get that shit over with.
I do the exact same thing. Like I'll wake up at 4:30 or whatever, and then I'll edit it because I'm so hyped from the night before. I'm like, dude, I want to post this right now, and I'm like, you know what, Pete, slow down. Upload it to your phone. Don't look at it until lunch. And then come back home
with fresh eyes and
then look at it. And then I'm like, wow, fuck, I forgot to do this. I forgot to do that. I forgot to do this. I'm like, what the fuck? And one time I learned my mistake, like early in my career, I posted this picture and I told Shabam, I kept telling everybody, I'm like, what do you see wrong with this picture? I'm like, dope picture, bro.
You're talking to a rookie.
I know. I'm like, what do you see in this picture? I told my girl, what do you see in this picture? I don't know. I was like, what is the difference? And then I went home and I edited it and I fixed the problems. And I was like, what do you see between this one and this one? He's like, Peter, stop doing this. Like, it's turning my eyes the same damn picture. And I'm like, damn, it's not. Like, I can see the thing straight
the
up.
difference, yeah.
And that's one thing.
Well, you just have a trained eye.
That's one thing I agree with you is come, like, 8 hours minimum. Yeah. Come back, refresh eyes, and be like, oh, shit, I missed that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 8 hours, but, I mean, it could be literally an hour or two off the screen. Have your eyes look at real life instead of a freaking monitor. And then you come back, you're like, oh, wow, I didn't even catch this freaking obvious mistake. Like, I almost turned this in.
Yeah, and it
would have been super embarrassing.
It's like little Jedi training, too. Like, you're getting better with that practice.
Yeah. So it's something I've been practicing a lot. Like I literally just having a one was just so fun, man. Just like take it out for an hour, a little less than that. Yeah. And then I come back. I'm like, all right, I'm super hyped. Let's get this.
Well, question I wanted to tell you. So for a video, for a video editor, what's one thing that you can't really fix? Like once like you're in too deep of the edit, like you're like, fuck, like I can't do that.
Can you elaborate on that?
Like for me, for photos, like, I feel like color grading when I want to go for certain tones and I see something like, oh, that's a little too green or that's a little too red. I can't really go back and fix that because then it like fucks up the whole photo.
As far as
like, is it the timeline?
Something that you could fix.
What about the speed?
Okay, the only thing I could think of, and this is the top of my head right now, is if you were decided to change your music. If you decide to change your music on the timeline, then you have to like re-edit almost the entire thing. As far as pacing wise, because you got to go to the different beat, you know. So when you make your edit and you go to the music, you cut to the music. If you're a good editor, something you should do. You cut to the music or move the timing towards the music. And if you change the song, that's when it sucks. When like if someone's like, "Oh, great video, but can you use this song instead?" It's like, bro, you have no idea what I have to do now. I have to re-edit the whole thing. Yeah, to you, it's like I'm just replacing the song. No, it's not the same thing because it's not going to match the new song. So that's something I've learned a lesson in the past where I didn't have that in my contract. Yeah. But like I always say, like, yo, once I deliver anything and you want me to change the song, it's going to cost you extra for that. Yeah. So that's the only thing I can think of right now.
What about, I was going to ask you, I ran into this trouble one time where I color graded and I nested everything. It was a certain amount of speed. Yeah. And then I wanted to go like, it's a little too slow. Let me change the speed. And it wouldn't let me. Yeah. Like, how do you have to redo the whole thing?
No, because you could double click into that nesting file and then it's kind of like Inception, bro. You go into another timeline in that nest and then you could recover it back to normal. I know this is a little new to you because you're still fairly new to video editing, but yeah, there's ways around that.
Oh, okay.
Other things I could think of, it's like, it's the only thing I could think of, man, honestly.
Yeah, I just had a question because I was like, damn, like that shit must be fucking difficult. Like,
the
workflow.
Yeah, it's literally honestly the music is the only thing I can think of. If someone like goes with one song and then I've had that happen before, it's like, oh, can you change it this song? I'm like, bro, like. It's not just flipping the song. It's gonna take me like another 2-3 hours to make it match the music. It's something like a customer or a client doesn't think of. They don't think of like those little details, and that's what makes the video so good. They just think the video's dope. Yeah. By magic. I'm like, no, it's done intentionally. Like, there's a reason why you like them. You like it. You like what you're seeing because I made that shit happen. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just fucking. I just pressed record, threw in a timeline, hit export. No, it's not like that. Little details like that they never catch but then they don't have that creative eye to like understand that. Yeah, they just see the end product, the end result.
Yeah. But I just wanted to throw that little topic.
Yeah. That was a good question. That was a good tip about little mini vacation. Yeah, it's something I do, man, without even knowing it. Yeah, and I've always told Chris, I'm like, yo, I fucking feel great. I'm being lazy by not walking, but like just being in the warm wheel, it just feels good. Like the wind's hitting you, you see the ocean, you smell that freaking salty air. Yeah, and you get that sun hitting you. It's springtime here. It's getting nice around here. So yeah, man, it's really cool. And I didn't know there was a science to it. Who is that guy? Do you know by chance?
Nah, I didn't. I would have to ask.
So I like to see that interview.
Yeah, but you guys remember team no burnout. Like there's no burnout.
There is a burnout. Don't be wrong. Don't burnout. Don't cap, bro. There is burnout. And once you feel it, man, take a week off or something.
There's no burnout. So let's go to the frame of the week.
Frame of the week. I saw this image, man. I'm like, this for sure has to be a frame of the week. Yes, sirski. And this is at I don't even know the freaking name. I'm just gonna freaking put it out there. Mavic Sky. And it's the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Located in California for all those people that are listening outside the US. But what do you think?
Through love locks with the initials, dope. I like the colors.
I like the foreground blur.
Yeah, it looks fucking dope.
I like it. It's a sick photo. I love the colors. Definitely. Yeah, I just like it. And the caption is San Fran. That's all it is. Keep it simple. And dude, thanks for supporting the podcast, man, and congrats on being Frame of the Week.
Let's go. To be entered to be Frame of the Week, just tag us.
Facts. That's all you gotta do. Really easy.
Shit.
Where can people find you, man? This is a wrap.
People can find me at petercollinframes.com. Peter Collin Frames on IG.
People can find me on. By the way, are you gonna do anything with that footage from the?
Oh shit! I forgot to talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it maybe towards the end of this weekend.
So you plan on cutting something real quick?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing like a little like collage or something. Mm-hmm. I have to like cut people, like the whole thing. So that's gonna take a while.
Well, what about the video I'm referring to?
Yeah,
because I know there was that we stopped recording towards the middle of the freaking.
Yeah, you got lazy, bro. I'm like, fucking bro. Like, I told him to bring my camera. I was like, nah, I want to bring my camera. I'm like, bitch. Like they say, if you want something,
I saw you using your phone a lot though, man. You were shooting it like this, so I know you're.
Yeah, but that was like more like raw footage, like a diary. But
gotcha.
I'll figure something out.
Okay, definitely drop something to recap that weekend. Yeah. But yeah, people can find me on Instagram at _Mendoza_ and on YouTube Alberto Mendoza.
And don't forget, guys, on YouTube, subscribe, give us that like.
Yep.
That's currency, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and if you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure you hit the subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, give us a review, and if you're on Spotify, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that share button, put it on your Instagram stories, and tag us. And that's it, man.
That's it. This is going to do it for episode number 41 of In the Frame Podcast.
Next episode is going to be fire. Trust me.
Catch you on 42. Peace.